So, can I get some help? Well, let's see, like the 24, where's that gonna go? I see it.
It's on the downstream.
Are we good with that? And then the 3. It goes with that 24, doesn't it? That's just the time. And then the other one, it says the group goes 12 miles in 3 hours. So you see where that's gonna go. 12 miles in 3 hours. And now we have all this information, Sienna, thank you. All this information together, we can make a couple of equations, can't we? Since R times T equals Z, the first equation is going to be, we orient this a little bit. 3 times X minus Y equals 12. Is that clear? Is that clear where that came from? And you see what the other equation is? What is it? 3 times X plus Y equals 24. They're going farther when they're going with the current, of course. So you could distribute, but instead of distributing, I'm going to take both of these and divide by 3. So we have X minus Y equals 4, X plus Y equals 8. And this is really nicely set up so that we can eliminate. Yeah, I'll let you finish this. Brandon, you already finished? Make sure your neighbor got the same thing you did once you're done. You call someone in about 10 seconds to give me some answers. You ready? Okay, Brandon. What did you get as your answers?
X is equal to 6.
Okay.
So since X is equal to 6, then I go Y is equal to like negative.
Y is equal to
2.
2, positive 2. Are we good?
Yep.
Okay, and of course, since this is a word problem, we need our answer in sentence form. So we could translate this as
The crude growing rate is 6 miles per hour, and the rate of the current is 2 miles per hour.
6 miles per hour. And the current?
It's 2 miles per hour.
Is 6 miles an hour fast?
I'm not sure. Depends if you're driving or walking.
Like in a
Rowing? It seems like that's pretty fast.
Like a rowboat. I feel like that's easy.
Yeah, I think so. They practice, I imagine. Does this remind you of the 9th grade retreat at all? How was that? You have good memories of that retreat? Rowing? What time do you have to get up that last day?
Like 3. It was there. We also didn't have a way to tell that.
Oh, yeah. I hope it was a bonding experience for you.
I sat in the classroom.
Oh, really? You didn't have to row?
No, they didn't let me.
Oh, after the first incident.
You got banned.
Got it.
No,
I'll give you a minute to do example 2.
Yeah.
Oh, you were chilling.
Yeah.
I'll give you a moment to work through example 2. By the way, this chart is the guideline. If you want to go directly to the equations, you're welcome to.
You
I
said
highly
do
recommend.
example 2.
Yeah, I highly recommend the chart. Matter about this amazing class you can see for yourself. Not just. If you're stuck, of course, check in with your neighbor, maybe you get some help. Once you get to your equations, just make sure that they match your neighbors.
I like them.
You do define your variables. I would expect that on a test or a quiz. We didn't on the last one because they defined them for us. Can I call this on? Are you ready?
Maybe 200 minus 180.
Señorita Ushiba.
The X, I put that as the rate of plane and I
Rate of plane where?
in just like one.
Okay, so like still plane speed, still airspeed.
And then I let line for the.
Excuse me. So rate of wind. Cool.
In the table, for the inland, I put X plus Y.
So in, oh, so this, what is this? Against and I'll do against and with. Okay. So with the wind, you said what?
The rate is the times 4 hours and then the distance change.
Cool.
And then against is X minus Y, so time is 5 and then the distance is 800 meters.
Also a teacher. Are we good? Can you cut to the chase and just tell us what you got?
Yeah, and then for Y, I got 20 miles an hour for X. 180.
180.
Yeah.
Okay. Any questions? You wrote that as a sentence answer saying,
Plane flight, it's still air and the rate of wind is.
yeah, you say wind current is 20. Any questions? All right, let's move on. Thank you, Mia. Two cars leave their homes at 8 a.m., each headed towards downtown LA. One car's average speed is 10 miles per hour faster than the others. The owner of the faster car lives 10 miles farther from downtown than the owner of the slow car. The faster car arrives downtown at 11 a.m., 30 minutes before the slower car. How far did each travel? Again, for this, we're assuming it's a very sterile environment. We're assuming that from the instant they left their home to the moment they got to work, they're traveling at that pace. There are no lights, there is no traffic. Which, and if it's an average, it's actually not too bad. Like when it says,
It's average speed, so they could stop.
so that they could stop. Does it say average here? Average speed of, average speed, okay. But we treat it as if they're just going that rate the entire time, since it's an average speed. So not only am I going to make a chart here, I'm also going to draw a picture. I'll make this chart a little bit smaller. And I was inspired by some of you, but just have a cute little chart. Doesn't need to have to be all that big. And the two rows will be labeled as fast and slow, because they're two different drivers. One is fast, the other one is slow. And let's see what we could do without doing any pictures.
What get a picture so that we know how to do it?
Yeah, I'll definitely do a picture. Or maybe we should just start with a picture. What's the picture I'm going to draw? Your butterfly? Cars. Cars will make much more sense than the butterfly. In fact, my cars are going to look like just points. There's a car at the beginning and at the end, right? So there's one of the cars. Oh, that's kind of nice. It straightened it for me. That's nice. Any other? Does that make sense? I'm just going to draw a shorter segment. And to say that this here is 10. That should be a 10. And I'm going to label this because specifically, let's see, the owner of the faster car lives 10 miles further from downtown than the owner of the slower car. So I'm going to label this as F and this as S. Of course, the beginning of each segment is their home and the end of the segment is downtown, or they're going to the exact same place downtown. That's why it ends up in the same spot. Now let's see what you could do by filling it out. Oh, excuse me. We want two variables. Maybe we should just do this together, so we have the same variables. Do you know that anything specific about both of them?
Yeah, they both the time.
We know the time for both of them, don't we?
Yeah.
Because they both leave at 8 o'clock. So the faster one is traveling for 3 hours. Is that right? And then the slower one is going for 3.5. Is that right? Now, the way I'm going to define my variable here is just by putting letters in the box instead of saying let x equals that. Let y equals that.
No, that's not fun.
Now it says that one car's average speed is 10 miles per hour faster than the others. So what do you think? Could I just do this? R? If that one's R, then the other one is R plus 10. Now, of course, I could use X and X plus 10 there, but it's nice to have an R. Says it means rate. As for the distance, what should I do? Yes, Sienna?
Why?
Are we good with that? Y and then Y plus 10? So I imagine Y would be. So this is Y. I hope it makes sense that this is Y plus 10. Or D and D plus 10. Nice. Could we have called this one Y? Then the other one would be Y minus 10. It's nice to deal with the addition though, so I'm with you. I'm gonna put Y and Y plus 10 here. So there are different things that could work. So the slow one is going Y miles, the other one is going Y plus 10 miles. I'll give you a chance to finish this. Now you can use different variables. Ultimately, your answer is going to be in sentence form, so it doesn't matter.
Maybe just.
Are you using elimination for this one?
Substitution is easier because you have equals one.
The other ones were like begging to use elimination. This one,
Which one is more tricky?
yeah, I agree with you. Could do it. But don't.
An example for they both for 16 hours.
Yeah. Yeah, and they don't fatigue.
God.
16 hours for example 4?
You poor people.
Oh yeah, 5 hours followed by 11 hours. Yeah.
An 11-hour voting day. Or 3.
It's like that last morning at the retreat.
Oh, 151.
Yeah, it's just. Well.
Oh, wow.
I mean.
Are we ready?
Yeah, I thought they weren't. Like,
Okay, what's-
how long is it?
Wait, I'm curious, how far is like 100, like from here to where?
San Diego, like South San Diego, maybe.
They just call them drove to San Diego.
What's that?
They just like drove to San Diego.
Like commuting. Maybe, actually, San Diego's like, how far is San Diego? I think it's closer.
Like,
Maybe
when I look it
100.
up,
It's what?
when I look it up, see where.
Sure. You mind?
Well, I just didn't.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah.
I forgot.
Okay, so I'm just looking for the sentence answer. Emma, did you get something?
Oh, I got slow part shot. And that's.
So Silkar is traveling at how fast?
It's traveling 40 miles.
40 miles per hour. Okay.
And the bus car is traveling at 80 miles per hour.
Okay.
For
Or what? 150 miles. Are we good?
Just, like driving to San. So
Okay. How far is San Diego? Did it say? I think it's a little bit less. It's like 100. Ava.
Does the question ask to put the rate? Do you have the rate? Or do you just put like the miles? Because it says like how far you travel. So do you have? the rate?
Oh, that's true. Just answer the question. So you're welcome to say exactly what it says. 120
20 miles.
from here to San Diego. And you know when you type in the just where destination to a city, do you know where it's going to? City Hall. It's that's the default destination to City Hall. So you, thank you for the rates, but all we needed was the distance of the travel. Let's see what we can do with example 5.
Oh, but he's good.
No, that's the time. They're going away. It's 55 miles. This is. Wait. Yeah. 55 miles, and it's not free.
Okay.
35 miles per hour on a bike. Oh, no, it's in this car, okay,
What was this?
yeah. 50 miles per hour on a bike, pretty fast.
15.
Is that doable? Like, can you maintain that for an hour?
I think like someone that's like, but I don't think.
You can get up that, but I don't think you could ride that right now.
Maybe.
I agree.
You could.
I think comfortable would be something like,
I'm cruising at like 6.
yeah, I think 6 miles an hour.
How much, if you go
Comfortable.
like onto a bike ride, right? It's for an hour, how far?
How far?
Like at the beach or something.
Like how far? Like,
And maybe even 4 miles, huh? Yeah, 6 is pretty.
oh, wait,
Impressive.
okay, yeah. Right. Yeah. That doesn't.
I'm thinking.
Well,
What do you mean? Did you install this thing?
Begin the bike one.
Well, I think we need to do rate times time. Sorry. Rate times time.
You're doing the bike on.
Is it saying?
I'm over the fact that I don't rate things.
Oh.
Like, amount of-
Actually, this is. I do.
Oh.
Yeah, that's one. So, and so I look at. That is X.
You finish? I do want to call on some lucky person. Everyone who's called on has gone back in the cup, by the way, so.
Oh, wait, can you take me out though?
Sorry, once you're in the cup, you're in the cup.
Yeah. Right. I wish the 5-speed bike. Why did it go for so long?
I don't think you're finding the RTD chart useful. We really haven't done that in this class.
This class, no.
I thought we did at the beginning of the year. Must be a mistake.
Yeah, yeah. What?
7.5.
Do you have, I think, X?
Yeah.
So 50x. Yeah, well, he would have caught her after one point. No, she was going for 3.5 hours. Caught it, it took him 1.5 hours.
Okay,
Yeah,
well, same
that's
thing.
pretty-
Yeah, it's like.
Are we ready?
That's 30. Yeah, and she takes 2 hours. Wow. Where is she going? Is she also biking this?
That's a really good question.
I think for Henry, just be X19.
Raina should be.
Oh,
X.
Okay, I want to hear.
Something wrong.
I want to hear what you've done. So I'm looking for how you filled out the chart. And then your answers if you've got them. So Lily, did you were able to fill in this chart? What'd you get? Well, I wanted to help me with the chart. Like, first of all, what are the two different rows?
So I just did for the rows I did on the top, I put Brenda and the bottom I put Henry.
Okay,
And then for the top, I said the rate is 15. The time is T+2. And the district I just said was 8. And
Okay.
then the bottom, 35 for the rate. And then T for the time, and then D for the distance, and
before we go on, are we good with this? Do we agree? I really like that you're not using X and Y. Obviously, you can use X and Y, but in these problems, it makes sense to use the R, T, and or D. Okay, and the final answer?
Henry will have biked for 1.5 hours, and Rena will have traveled 52.5 miles.
So I think he was driving a car, right? And he took
Yeah, he was.
Oh.
1.4 hours to catch up with Reina, is that right? With Reina. And how far did she bike?
52.5 miles.
Do we agree with these answers? 52.5 miles by bike?
Miles on a motorcycle.
Do we agree with these answers? Any questions? Lily, thank you. How many of you have bikes?
Like own one or? have
Yeah,
ridden
own
in
one,
the last
own
10
one.
years?
Yeah, and how many of you have ridden a bike in the last year? Yeah. Oh, nice. What's a reasonable distance to ride your bike? 1 mile?
I think
Yeah.
going down to the beach, you go hour out, hour back, and that's your bike riding for the year.
So maybe 5 miles total?
Like Long Beach,
52 miles.
Long Beach Pass? Okay, so you know how long you've driven
Can
on your bike?
can I look up the app?
10 miles, okay.
Yeah, I'm here.
Who's ridden the farthest, just out of curiosity? On your bike, do you have any idea? What's that?
Out of our class.
Yeah, out of this class. Yeah, not like in the world.
Yo, Ray
Maybe
is a
1,000.
professional male professional cyclist. Yeah, like people in the Tour de France ride 16 to 19 miles an hour.
Wow,
Lorena's
and they're going
flying.
insane. Those guys are so
They're
fast.
gonna-
Those are on hills too. Nothing like the rush of traveling downhill on a bike though, don't you think? Downhill on a bike? So good.
And they're going there. We should probably go to the woods.
Okay.
Okay.
I think we're good with this, but before that, I just have some other questions for you. Who went on all three retreats? Eighth, seventh, eighth, and ninth grade retreats? It's still COVID, huh? Okay, who did eighth and ninth grade? Yeah, okay. Did you prefer eighth? Ninth? Really?
What were they?
Oh, some people went to Catalina. Or did everyone go? Everyone went to Catalina. Okay, interesting. So why was that better?
The mosquitoes on the ninth grade. Or
Oh, really? Oh, no.
Like almost.
Oh, no. Mosquitoes don't help at all. They should be outlawed. Yeah. I'm glad you all survived. Okay, so you have some time to work on your assignment.
Like there's.